right now, Region 15 has 18 counties. We have 42 school districts, but we have very few of those schools that have a health science program. El Dorado is one of our smaller schools that does have a health science program. I believe they utilize their school nurse and some other folks there. But as far as the small school goes, that is about it. I know that we have schools that want to start health science programs because they already have anatomy and physiology, but they need someone to teach medical terminology. They need someone to teach the health science and different programs like that. So we can, piece together a coherent sequence using a science teacher and a health science teacher. And it is very hard to find a health science teacher. These teachers have to go through not only their credentialing process with the state to be a licensed healthcare provider, but also they need to go through a alternative certification program with the state of Texas. So there's kind of two credentialing pieces that they have to do. So when you're looking at folks in the healthcare area and they're deciding, do I want to go back to school and add another degree or another certification versus maybe flexibility of working in a hospital, sometimes it's really hard to find folks. And then at some schools, for example, Ballinger had a health science program, but then the teacher went somewhere else and they couldn't find someone to replace it. Winters started a health science program, they lost that teacher. I know that Winters has been trying to do some online classes, but you get to the point where you need that practicum with the kids, and you can't do a practicum through a distance learning program. It has to be hands-on. So several schools have started and tried, but the retention issue is in it. That's when I met Erin and met with her, and she came in and brought the hot dogs, and that's where I first met her. And then started working with her and introducing her to the school districts and kind of rolling that direction. And then she moved into a different position out of town. We've been talking about this for a while, but I haven't seen any next steps for it. So it's still just as relevant. I think so, because let's say you had a new ag teacher come in. Lots of our schools have ag teachers, and there's a network there to support and to ask questions through the FFA program. They have support there. When you get a health science teacher coming in, and you're looking at maybe 5 teachers in 42 school districts, you don't have a support system. You don't have a network, and you might decide that this is just not what you want to do. So I think that there was some sort of mentoring foundation, a network of providers ranging from home health care, nursing home, assisted living, all the way up to a hospital, a large hospital like Community or Shannon, that could give the teacher support in various stages, and also combine them with other new teachers or seasoned teachers. I would like to see that with Susie and the other teachers down there, if there was a way that AHEC could help them transition a new teacher in, and they could be like on call, sort of, as a mentor for like a year or two, if they weren't planning on leaving the community after retirement. If AHEC could support that bridging program between, we're leaving and you're coming in, but AHEC will be that conduit that brings them together for a year or two until the teacher feels comfortable. For our really small schools, it would be great if we had some sort of cooperative program where we had one teacher that could be shared among school districts. Right now, our large schools like San Angelo ISD, they do have health science programs, but our very small ones know that their students are interested in health science, but have a really hard time providing the instruction. It would be great to see a Grow Your Own program where the students start in a health science program in school, they work at the provider in town, they go through a program, they get a CNA or an RN, and then they go back to their community as a teacher. if there was a group of kids that wanted to go into a healthcare field, and the counselor was like, these are my resources, but beyond giving you a hot jobs book, I can't tell you anything. If AHEC could be there to say, oh, your kids want to be phlebotomists. Well, we've got 2 people that would love to come talk to your kids. Can we schedule time? And then those 2 people or 1 person goes to talk to those kids. Or there's some sort of job shadowing or some sort of, come up here to see and you decide, I hate blood, maybe this is not a job for you. But you want to stay in healthcare, so maybe we'll move you into this position, or have you thought about this? So there's more than just a medical aspect of the hospital. You've got the food service program, and maybe you have some kids, and so this can branch out into your family consumer science program. So it's beyond just the medical, the possibilities of how AHEC could help in CTE. So I think we need to, look at the health science career cluster, but also not forget about the food service, the transportation distribution, the business, the finance, and all the other areas. We have so many kids that want to be pediatricians. And, it's kind of like vets. They want to be veterinarians. But really talking to someone and understanding and seeing it in action, our kids need that. And I think the counselor, a lot of times, is also the testing coordinator. There's also the scheduling person. They don't have those resources. If they had one point of contact with APEC, I have kids that want to do this. Can you give me someone to talk to these kids? I think that would be very beneficial.